Hello, and welcome to a very low energy stream. Let's get some low energy music, by which I mean the rest of that soundtrack. Where is it? There it is. Let's get it going. Right, so. No, we're not doing that. Go away. Picnic. I done did a draw a picnic a couple of weeks ago. This was for the end of the Citadel of Chaos, and I want to clean it up a bit. So I'm going to work on that. It's going to be low energy today because I have no energy. Right. So let's sort of. It's a Chib. Hello. How are thee? How art thou? That's not a thing, go away. No, no. Thank you. It's a you. Hooray. Let's get comfortable. Yes. So yesterday I had I wouldn't say a massive headache, but just a really annoying one all day. So I didn't get much done. It's a panda. Hello. You enjoying your new book? It smells really good. Is that weird? Not really. No. New paper usually. Yeah, new book smell. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So yesterday I had a persistent headache. So I didn't get much done, and today, for some reason, I've had no energy, which I am attributing to the fact that I didn't do anything yesterday. So, there's a pen mark. So what are we going to do here? We're going to try and work out some sort of thumbnail organizational thing. I don't know whether to, in what sort of thing to do it. There's Beth there, roughly. Trying to sort of rearrange what we did last time. But now I know most of the things that we're going to include in it. So there's got to be a picnic, so we've got to have picnic stuff. Picnic basket here. There's that. We got park there. There was a tree, if I remember correctly. I'm going to bring the tree up a little bit more. I kind of want this to be on layers for this one. Probably a bit more space than this. Thank you. How's everyone else doing? I reckon I could have sort of. No, I'm rocking out there, and we could have the sort of scouts here, as it were. Because the whole game takes place in sort of a very rocky, mountainous region, so it makes sort of sense to have the little orc babies here. Let's put fire there so that we can hang Leprechaun Boy. You're also low on energy, aren't I? Just chilling for now? I hope it all brightens up a little bit. I tend to get like this if I've had a day where I've not done much. I'm not good at just not doing anything. And that's basically what I did yesterday. So I'm now recovering from that. Just watch the draw for your crew, draw a bunch of Kaiba? Yeah, what does that say? Kaiba. That is an I. Your arm will probably start to hurt soon too because you're overdoing your immunizations. Got a shot earlier today. Well, I'm glad you got Got the immunizers. Immunizers. Right there. And then there was sort of like over here was the arm wrestling competition. Again, I'm sort of moving things around. And there I'm gonna put the dog ape. The dog ape or the ape dog? Can't remember which. Dog ape there, sort of cheering them on. Gonna have the two little goblins. Pretty good today. Just chilling your day off, doing some Remnant, about to try some out Iron Harvest. Can you believe demos are a thing again? I hope they come back. I like demos. So yeah, he was roped with the babes, the bebbers. Bebbles. And then there was rope snake as well. Trying to sort of make it dense but not packed. If that makes sense. Big old beam, upside down hanging jester friend. Again, just sort of thumbnailing out roughly where everything is to get a okay composition. Oh, the wine guy. As always, you have to ask Julia what the fuck. She's good, but this time you felt exhausted watching it. So many lines. Yeah. Glad you got them too. You were very worried when you realised you were overdue in your tetanus shot, and then it should have been done last year. Feel much better now, though. Ooh. Where's the sommelier fit in all this? Eggs. Because like the main ones, I guess, are obviously Beth, front and center. Park also. Parks are good. Cal and Corm, they're up with the arm wrestle. So they're fairly prominent. I guess I'll find room for all the others. Yeah, the scouts have just got their own little bit. I got some stuff down here. What's it down here? Oh, we can have little ball with the party hat and the puddle, as well as fish. Scouts are just here to have a good time. They're here to breathe fresh air again for the first time in a while. Apparently they got a bucket of baguettes. Not sure why. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, the sommelier. There's a bit empty here. How about if I move the snake? Snakes, plural, sorry. Snakes. Sort of going up and turning around, and this is one that has the Viking hat. The Viking Cobra. Yeah, so again, low energy stream today. Do bear that in mind. Should be bigger, really. This whole thing up here. Perspective. It's a bugger. Becoming more vertical than originally intended, but that's fine, I guess. We could sort of have the castle up here. quite how perspective works, but we'll work it out. Also try and work out a decent way of doing a good gnarled looking tree. Need advice from Tim Burton. More spirals, I guess. But we'll put some leaves on it. The desolate, magic-induced winter is now giving rise to a spring. A magical spring where there's no hay fever. One branch of Seamus is going all the way back and hanging over the fire. Yeah, it's a thing. Oh, and the fire needs to be happy as well, we know. Should be quite prominent. Where is the horizon going to be? Don't know. Temptation is to make the horizon there, and then I can make this whole thing flat, but nah, horizon here somewhere. In line with Seamus's head. Okay, we'll use that as a base, and then we'll work it out from there. Let's try and making it vertical, apparently. Let's try and do a slightly more refined sketch. Full on, just to get the idea. Right, so I don't know whether to draw Beth for scale or just start roughing in little bits. Okay, that sort of makes sense, I guess. Anyone remember the rough shape of the citadel? I don't. If the horizon's going to be roughly there, I mean, for a start, we'd probably expect... I mean, that would be if it's flat on. Do we want it flat on? Probably not. Yeah, it'd look better at an angle, I think. But that means that this wouldn't be a straight line. It would be slightly going that way. Then have the castle... Oh, it sort of went up like that. Still the Citadel of Chaos, no perspective rules. Fair enough. Makes sense for it to be a slightly crooked tower. Not that crooked, a bit weird. It looks like a chimney. So it looks like a weird mushroom, two different lines of thought. I mean, yeah. But both equally valid. Just some bits and bobs and pieces and bits and things. Do you remember the last stream we were talking about dead air? And how I'm terrified of dead air? Yeah, I think this is a stream that's gonna have a lot of dead air. It's okay, says the person who's also afraid of dead air. Well, in that case, I have the right to say it's okay next time you stream. Ah! It's a heart sticker. Speaking of which, I am behind due to this lethargy, and due to the fact that I'm not used to doing this sort of thing. I am behind on this month's Patreon stickers, my apologies. I am working on them. They will get there, and I'll do an update at the end of the week. The patrons and such. I'm also thinking of phasing out stickers in general, focusing more on more digital things, more personalised, digital whatsits and all that. We'll see. I'll have a consultation and all that. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? I'll work on it. Trying to have these things roughly match up. What's it? Watches? No. Yes, no. I'm going to give you all digital watches every month. Hope you like time. Okay, does this look terrible? Yeah, kind of. Why? That's the question. If I bring this down. The problem with this perspective is we will be looking down on Beth. Unless we're sufficiently far away. The depth of field. That castle is very out of perspective, isn't it? Hang on, we can fix that. Oops. I mean, you wouldn't mind being given a digital October-themed watch, but it's very specific and unnecessary. I don't know how I'd manufacture them. Or indeed what the theme would be. Don't know. I was just trying to work out how to make the hands something interesting, but it's a digital watch, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Kira and I on the same page. Still don't apologise. Honestly. That's below. Right, so... What's that going up there? It's always nice to have things on the side to make you think, ah, it does continue, the world does carry on outside the frame of this. Even if it looks not ideal. That can be a sort of big old bridge. Honestly, you'd be up for more October merch of any kind? I do plan on doing... So next month, obviously, is it's not Saturday, it's September. So I'm doing, like, words and phrases and slogans and things like that for the stickers. But the following month, October, I'll probably be doing more October stickers, so... Let me know what you want, what you'd be interested in having. Maybe I should do that a little bit more, sort of. Because there won't really be anyone there. Maybe I can have it sort of... Probably end up roughly modelling this in Blender to get an idea of scale, but it's nice to know how they got here anyway. Next month it's Saturday. I think you'll find next month contains a Saturday, so there's 4 of them apparently, which I think is a bit indulgent. Tree. I'll probably do this on a separate thing. Bring that down its head. 4, I know! Yeah, I like to go 3, I think. Okay, that's the basic. My brain was trying to think of things to say, and it legitimately thought of asking, so what's your favourite Saturday? Oh no, I'm not even sleep deprived. I'm just low energy. Favourite Saturday is the Saturday you stream. That's a lot of Saturdays. But thank you, you're very kind. Sorry, I want you to know my brain is attempting to formulate a return compliment, but is failing to do so. Like, the words are there. There are various possible structures for how they would be organized, but it's just soup. It's just a soup of general pleasantry with no form. Just want you to know it's given it a go. I'll get back to you within 7 working days. I will make a special thing in your next Patreon delivery, which is just for you, which is a compliment in response to what you just said. Do I want to keep these separate? Oh, no. The main thing is we've got this big branch here for the Jester to be on. We've got the trunk around which things can be wrapped. What's next? Now that's going to get in the way. I kind of want it to largely be lopsided. You probably won't remember it and be very surprised. I have to write it down before the end of the stream, so that I will remember it and you will have a nice surprise, as you deserve. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna put little leaves, small blossoms of the spring on an otherwise dead tree. We should be making the diamond leaves. That's going to take far too much of my time. Diamond leaves were from a bush anyways, true. I love the fact that the only time you tried to eat the berries was just before the last boss. And they could have done anything. It could have been an instant kill. Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone's here who's played them, but I'm trying to think of what to do for the next draw through. I think we decided we were going to do a game rather than a weird experimental thing. Oh no, this needs to be going behind, doesn't it? It's going back. I want me to break canon, fair enough. Yeah, and I was sort of umming and ahhing between doing Final Fantasies 8 or 9. Was also possibly considering 10, but it's... I feel like 8 or 9 are probably better for the... better suited. And I'm not sure which to do, because 8 is nuts. But 9 feels like it would be better to draw, if that makes sense. Return. It will be Final Fan Jesse, yes. And I did just do a boss brush of Final Fantasy 9, so maybe not that. But... I don't know. Whoever's played them, I don't know what you'd be more interested in. You probably get more attached to the characters in 8 because they're all idiots. I know Weird definitely has a soft spot for the idiot babies. Anyway, there's a tree. Oh, I'm gonna save this somewhere. You don't need to see. You don't know either because you refuse to learn from anything about Final Fantasy, and that's where I come in. Actually, it probably should start going off somewhere, shouldn't it? Some of these branches should, again, give you the idea of the fact that there's a little more going on off screen. Always feels a bit weird when everything stops just before the edge. A well-framed photograph, but it feels a bit unnatural. Depends if you prefer a Buckwild one or one that's not quite as incomprehensible. I mean, 9 gets incomprehensible towards the end. 8's just incomprehensible all the way through. And I have to justify it somehow. Yeah. Okay, now I've drawn all this, let's see if it works. You're a fan of when things are Buckwild because then you can make fun of it. I think that's why I'm tempted to do 8. I will probably enjoy the process of doing 9 more, but because 8, it's just so... None of the decisions make sense, both from a creative standpoint and from a character standpoint. But, yeah. My favourite thing is that there's... I'm obviously not going to go into spoilers, but there's a bit relatively late in the game where something extremely important to the plot is happening. And a character has basically just been introduced that is driving this whole situation. And I played it through recently to try and work out what their motivations were, like why were they actually doing this? And honestly, the only reason you are given in the game is one character explicitly says the words, "Why are they doing this? It probably doesn't matter." And then they move on. And it's like, this is literally the most important thing that's happening in the game right now. You've just told me it doesn't matter why they're doing it. Don't think about it. It's like, oh no. My biggest unanswered questions in the game. And there are a lot. Just don't worry about it. I think I screenshotted it as. I was so aghast. Hang on, let me see if I can find. This. Ah, here it is. I'll try and drag it so that you don't see the people. Oh no, hang on, I can just zoom in, can't I? That's it. That is the primary reason for basically the last third of the game. Oh dear. Do you know what actually happened? I was reading through it and it took a while for it to hit me what he just said. And I just expected it to actually be explained at some point. And I ended up reloading an older save just so I could go back and screenshot it. I've just remembered that. Anywho, what have I got in my screenshots folder? I never screenshot anything. Why is this? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This was from Final Fantasy 3. Just found that funny. Oh yeah, this was when I was playing Sekiro. I was going to share that, I don't think I ever did. It's the lizard having a good time in the ceiling. It's doing well. Oh yeah, this is my Dark Souls 2 character. But anyway, enough of that. Screenshots be damned. It's just vibing. It's just doing what lizards do. Okay, there's a rough tree. Could do with some refining, but it's fine. It'll do. Now let's try and roughen characters. Oh dear, 40 minutes in. So what are we all doing while we're slowly trudging through this stream? Let's try and get Beth in for scale. We could probably make these slightly different colour now. I don't like having multiple colours overlapping when doing sketches, so. Like I say, it's a sort of, I'm gonna have a bit of foreshortening here. Yeah, that would be the sort of... So we'll have her looking up a bit. Probably a Bark, sorry. Always do an egg for her head, don't know why. Wouldn't be sitting up, she'd be leaning. You're mostly just watching because you're terrible at doing two things at once. Also, sometimes going through your new Dishonored book. Yes, I saw that. That looks very good. One day I will save up for that. I remember back in the days when I would just bought art books willy-nilly. I am responsible with money. So I don't want you looking too much to the side because... Well, I don't know, maybe. One day, the same day you start DMing. Ooh, yes, please. Let's get those good chibi AUs running in real time. Again, better drawings will be done, but for now. I draw the mouth too high and then the teeth stab the eyes. Kind of want to, but you're also pretty scared. I think everybody who's ever DM'd and GM'd has been absolutely petrified of it when they started. So long as you're doing it with a sort of a nice, sympathetic group of people who want it all to be a good time, I'm sure it'll be grand. But again, at the same time, don't let anyone push you to do anything you don't want to. I'm gonna have the get a sort of eyebrows down smile, like that. That's more her. That's difficult to. I don't like this, but we can come back to it. What's going on with that hair? Yeah, just have a read through of the book. See what you think. See if your ideas start coming up. If so, start writing them down. They don't have to do anything. You can just write them down and then read them later and go, ooh, that was a cool idea. Okay, so for the purposes of perspective, you're probably... Are you too small? Is your head too big, or is your body too small? We could probably do with you being bigger, actually. As I say, don't feel coerced into doing anything, but... No, but DMing sounds very fun. Marvellous. See, DMing is something that does not appeal to me. I like the idea of writing the story for a DM, but not actually doing it myself. You're not good at talking in front of people? That's fair. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We have resting on the shoulder. Almost forgot Flamio. How can you forget Flamio? Again, this probably doesn't make an awful lot of sense in perspective. No, that looks alright. Doesn't look terrible. This is where I should have been working on anatomy. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. I might take some time off. Early September or something, because I haven't had time off for ages, and I think I need it. Just to recharge my enthusiasm for drawing batteries. So I'll try and sort out, you know, all the Patreon stuff and all that as soon as I can. Make sure everything gets what they deserve. And I mean that in a pleasant way, not in a vindictive one. Get what you deserve. No, you've done nice things. You deserve nice things. Yeah, so I'll try and work out what to do there. That was going somewhere. I had a purpose of saying Oh yeah, I wanted to... Oh, that was unrelated. I was going to say I need to take time off all the bits of work that I'm doing to actually practice things like anatomy and life drawing and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not doing that on my time off, because I want to recharge the drawing muscles and stuff. So this, palm down, thumb obscured by the leg. Can't remember when she was eating a baguette. This was 2 weeks ago. And my memory is poor. But yes, at some point, I would like people to recommend to me a nice bunch of people and faces and stuff with a good variety of shapes and sizes and colours and all these sorts of things, so that I can properly practice drawing peeps. Because if I'm going to start opening up commissions properly, I want to make sure I can deliver on what I promise. Perspective, I hate you. Just like perspective, anatomy, just everything. Everything's a no. That's a no from me. I don't know. Always got to practice. That's the thing, I've just been doing the same thing over and over again for like months at this point, and I need to break out of that and realise that I need to grow, and... Well, I've realised I need to grow, but I need to do it. I don't have to say that you do. Need to learn, need to get better. The longest period of stagnation I've ever had. It never does end. There's always things to learn. And yeah, trying to get myself into that sort of mindset of when I see somebody who has immense talent in something that I want to do, not thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm so far behind, but just thinking, this feeling will never stop. Like, everyone thinks that regardless of how talented they are. They'll see someone who can do something else and go, oh, I wish I could do that. Force yourself to draw pinups, that's how you've been figuring out anatomy. I guess it makes sense to do life drawing, nude models or whatever. Pinups is not necessarily a genre that have ever particularly appealed to me. For reasons that involve the colour purple. Would that expression chart help, where you draw a ton of expressions for one character, probably using references for the expression? I did that for Malachi once, ages ago. Did I keep that? I was going to do it for Stoic as well, as a joke. No, I don't think I've still got it. Oh, I do. There's a lot of Malachis. When was this? 2018? A while ago. This was during my small eye phase, so he has small eyes. Anyway. Hey, when was that? November 2018, almost 2 years. So maybe I should probably do it again. I was quite pleased with some of it. References for... I do need to use references more. And by more, I mean at all. Because I never bloody do. Doesn't work. Ah! My cartoon shorthand is not working. I need to actually start thinking about facial structure. Also, models and apps where you can make whatever pose you want if finding the right reference doesn't help. Oh, I did recently draw some outliers related to something, so look forward to them appearing in a thing. Unfortunately, it's not the actual Outliers comic. I had a count the other day of how many comics I've written for them, like long 20 to 30 page stories. It's 10. I have 10 stories for them lined up waiting. Oh dear. Why did I start October? Could have just done that. Oh, they're having a couple of weeks off will probably mean a couple of weeks break from October as well. But we'll sort that out. That's the end of the soundtrack. Let's get some, well, that's the end of that bit of the soundtrack. There's a bonus EP. Let's listen to that. Yeah, I don't like this very much, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I do need to just draw from references and learn facial structure and anatomy and all that sort of stuff, and lighting. Color theory, big one. Would like to get cracking with that. But yeah, I just wanted to get to the point where I can... Because I could probably, if you give me your character or whatever, I can probably draw them in my style. But if you were to give me a photograph of a person and say, can you draw this person? It's going to take me bloody ages to get the likeness. And I want to be able to do that. I want to translate that into whatever my style is. I did it recently for a friend's anniversary portrait. And it just took bloody ages. I wouldn't mind, but a year ago, I did a picture of them for their wedding. So I should know how to do it. But yeah, the aim is to get commissions up and running before the end of the year, and in order to do that, I need to be confident that I can actually do commissions. So, that's the goal. Oh, I can't remember what the slippers look like. That's not a very good Beth, but it'll do. No, it won't. Damn. Yeah, it's been a thinky month so far. A month of reflection and trying to work out what's going on, what I should be doing rather than what I am doing. Always get suckered into doing the things I want to do rather than doing the things I should do. Alright, then there should be some sort of little picnic thing. Was there anything here? I don't think so, so let's put a little basket. There's some nice cheeses. All cheese. Even the runny stuff. And then there we have some other things, and then here we have Park, who is not on my sketch. Oh no, they are, they're just okay. Didn't quite work out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a look at Flamio rather than Park. Because they're the adventuring friends. They did it together. Who would have thought me putting a stupid silly face on a flame during character creation? Sorry, this is not what I should be doing at all. Sorry. In an effort to try and give myself a little pep, I had a small hot chocolate before streaming, and it's just ended up gumming up my throat and making me sleepy. So that's that was a bad idea. Here come the sleep, not on a stream. When I do a 24-hour stream, maybe. So the idea here was, see now Park, sorry, is... I am so out of practice. Oh no, just quickly. I want to look at that. Okay. So I do actually have the references up this time. Where am I? We are here. Draw-throughs. That's the COC draw-through. And here is a picture of Park. There they are. Oh, that's them. Now we can have them here singing. And a big old sing-song. Do I want the knee up? Probably not. But there it is. Does it work in this perspective? Not really. I do want to do more like in situ scenes with interesting perspective and posing and stuff like that. I was thinking about this when I was doing the, I was going to say yesterday, it wasn't yesterday, was it? I didn't do anything yesterday. The Doctor Who thing on Sunday, and I just drew everything flat on with no pose or perspective, just sort of standing there. And I think, oh, it was when I did the child, the unearthly child, or whatever it was, gas mask, And I tried to do that in a perspective, and I'm like, I am woefully out of practice for this. So that's another one to put on the agenda. Maybe I need to start setting up specific times in the week to do classes. Sort of self-imposed class structure. And then share my results. Because that's what the internet's for. Ooh. That's an engine, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, so Park, I believe, is half giant, half goblin. Hence the slightly medium stature. But I'm going to give them goblin feet. As I drew goblin feet. Share your results in the art class on Discord, that way we can all learn. There was another thing I was doing. I'll just give a brief thing here. I was originally keeping it to myself because I wanted it to be a personal project. But I'll probably share it at some point. And I think I know well enough what it is that I can share it without feedback becoming an issue. But I was trying to do some stuff in the style of the concept art for Final Fantasy IX. And I learned a fair amount doing that. What's worth showing? There's Pero and Mira, I guess. I like that sort of thing. I think I shared the Pero guy on the right. Shared his headshot during the Face Your Art thing, or whatever it was. But other than that, I haven't really sort of gone into it very much. I drew. Oh yeah, there's some sketches of them. I wanted a wholesome father-daughter situation, you know. It's like you whenever there's a father-daughter in fiction, it's always either creepy or manipulative, and I just wanted it to be nice. Just wanted some little scenes of them sort of hanging around, doing things. I think the idea I came up with was he wanted her to find the thing that she wanted to do, if that makes sense. Like, find her passion. He's sort of showing her around, doing like gardening and engineering and all sorts of bits and bobs. Anywho, enough of that. There was also the pangolin I drew. Was that yesterday? No, I didn't do anything yesterday. At some point last week. There's lots of bits and bobs. Lots of little characters that I've been doing. Anywho, we'll see enough of that in time. The pangolin is a valet of this rat. There's a rat. I drew the rat and I was like, they need a valet. So I drew a pangolin because pangolins are always leaning over with their hands in front of them. Sort of felt vaguely sort of butler-esque. Anywho. Here's Park. So yeah, there's stuff I have been doing, and I will share it. I'll share it with Patreon first, obviously. You get first dibs. But I'm still trying to work out exactly what it is and how to sort it out. It was for my own personal sort of satisfaction first, but as I say, my enthusiasm for drawing has vacated, so I'm trying to get it back before I start sharing big projects or anything. You've got big old eyebrows as well. And you got a little nose. One of these days I'll learn to actually change the size of the eraser when I need it to be smaller rather than just trying over and over again. But not today. So yeah, long story short, I'm trying to work out more things, or how to do Patreon stuff differently, less focus on physical things, but more focus on digital things. I have ideas for little tip videos that I can do for that, as well as like speed draws and things. Obviously more works in progress, trying to work out a way of doing that without it being spoilery. Or optionally spoilery, maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to make Patreon a worthwhile prospect, if that makes sense. Now that the concept of a physical thing will be gone. I think the idea is, has the music stopped? I think it has. Let's put on Kingdom. Let's put on the Kingdom soundtrack. It's very ambient. Let's see speed. I feel like that personal project thing that'll be ideal for speed draws and things. So yeah, I'll try and work stuff out. So this. Let me know of any things you'd like to see in general on the old Patreon. Those of you who are very, very kindly supporting me. Because I don't know, and I've been negligent. Oh, how do muscles work? I don't know. And that's me! It's not like that, but there we go. Clark wasn't really wearing anything on his top, so... No nipples. Actually, do they? That's a question. Are giants and goblins mammals? I guess it depends on the source material. In some source material, goblins are made of mushrooms. They're fungal. But yeah, I like the idea of making little tip videos of bits and bobs that I've picked up as I've been doing not only drawing, but you know, music or writing or whatever. That might be helpful. How to hands and the okay, so they're like Dark might know, probably. Dark probably knows a particular type. I imagine Dark sort of relatively. I don't know how to. Again, okay, maybe I should do pinups. I don't know what's going. How do bodies work when they're half giant, half goblin? Yeah, the other thing I want to do, I want to draw more. I want to draw the October characters in anything other than a comic. Like, so many of the October characters are only drawn in comics. And it feels bad. It feels like I need to have played with them more. I need to have, you know, drawn them in different places, doing different things and different, you know, different clothes, different times of day, not at work, and all that sort of thing, in order to actually sort of properly get to know them as characters. And I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how bodies work. Anywho, he's singing. Then the good old sing-song. What else? We can put the... Well, let's try and block out significant characters first. What if you asked you to draw October, PD and Claudio hanging out after work for your doodle request? Would that help? Because now you say that you really want that. I would like to do that under my own steam. And I would not want to say use up your doodle request on something like that. But if you want to, I can't stop you. So I would rather you ask for something that you really want. But if that is what you really want, then I'll draw it. So I don't want you to pay for the privilege of me having time to draw something I want to draw. You know what I mean? Okay, you're sitting on the picnic blanket. Park. Let's have little bowls. No, it's not bad. It's you're not stepping on anything. I just feel bad that you would spend money and then ask me to draw something just because I want to draw it. You know what I mean? I would, again, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I don't know how to explain things. Ask me to draw what you want me to draw, but it has to be what you want me to draw. And if it's that, that's fine. But if it's something else, it's something else. I was considering maybe, instead of the sticker tier, once that's sort of phased out, sort of doing a tier which is like the doodle tier, but the quality of the doodle is the quality you would expect of a sticker. So it's one small thing done to that sort of level of quality. And that's sort of like the lower sort of tier, I don't know. Yeah, welcome to Thinking Out Loud, the stream. What else goes on? Why am I doing that? Let's do the scouts. There they are. So what were they doing in the... There was one just sort of laying on the grass. There's one staring out happily into the distance, one eating a sandwich, one just looking to the side. I guess we can do that. I feel like Park might be invading ever so slightly. So let's... Or, no. Alternatively, we can change the background, which makes more sense. Bring them over and up. There we are. It's a miss, hello! Didn't forget it was Tuesday, nope, not at all. Don't worry, so did I. Until about 2 hours ago. Hello, how you doing? We've been chatting nonsense because I'm delirious. Okay, so there's one there that's just sort of laying down. You've had to check several times today what day it was. It's Tuesday. Why am I delirious? Yesterday I had a headache all day and did nothing. And I feel like every time I spend a day not doing anything, the next day I have no energy. So I've spent today having no energy. Yeah, Miss, what's your favourite Saturday? Because it's Saturday next month, so... Yeah. You don't understand the question. What's your favourite Saturday? Next month is Saturday, so what's your favourite? Saturday, good answer. That is a good answer. And that's definitely in the top 3 of answers. What's your favourite Saturday is going to be an icebreaking question. Yes, my delirium caused me to accidentally say Saturday instead of September, so... And then I ended up trying to make conversation in my delirium haze by asking, what's your favourite Saturday? Don't worry if it doesn't make sense. It didn't at the time. Saturday, like I say, Saturday, top 3 answers. We've only had 2 so far. Pretty sure yours is the only one that made sense. Anyway, how are you? Your answer makes perfect sense. What was your answer? Was it... Was it that? You're working on a commission. Ooh, exciting stuff. We were just talking about that. We're on a penguin. Excellent. The Phantom of Cotton Eye Joe will forever haunt you. Yes. Again, episode 2 of Delirious Question Time, I was going to ask whether or not we can know who the commission's for. But then I thought, no, that's kind of rude. And then the next thing that popped into my head was, for whom does the penguin toll? Again, feel free not to answer that, it doesn't make sense. Specifically a fairy penguin, you suggest looking them up for a daily dose of cute. I will do that. Ooh. Oh, look at them. They are determined. Oh, no. Oh, what? No, that's not the... Oh. I thought it was a real one, but it was a statue. Oh. You tricked me. Aquarium. Anywho. So a friend's partner's birthday, I'm sure you get to see it soon. Yay! Exciting times. These had like sort of sash things, didn't they? I'm sure they will love it. That's not like comes around like that. This made sense when I drew it. What's going on? There's a sundial. Oh, hang on, there was a penguin in the thing while I'm here. While I'm showing off that. This was actually the first thing I drew for the thing. There's a penguin. Anyway. Gonna run out of things to show now. You missed things from earlier. More will be explained in due time. Hands. Are their hands just normal? Can't imagine I would have done anything different for their hands. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you those two as well because I like them. This was actually. Do you remember me asking before about trying to find a Shakespearean father-daughter relationship that wasn't awful? And I settled on Prospero and Miranda. Well, this is Pero and Mira, just so you know. The closest to the naming convention I could find. And here was them doing bits and bobs. Having a good time. Anyway, more on that later. I'm glad you like them. I like them too. Your one feeling, oh no. You have many more feelings. Yeah. Wholesome father-daughter relationship. Want more of that. I just sort of got little boots. Little booties. In fact, your penguin's also wearing a top hat. Marvellous. Originally, I was going to have them wearing a tricorn, my one, but it's always good to put a top hat on a penguin. Oh yeah, the tricorn ended up being on these. Yeah, I did sort of steepled tricorn, which is an interesting, complete accident. Anyway, can you desperately try not to show too much? You will know more soon. Rope friend's good. That's Zig. And his friend is made entirely of cloth. Anywho. Do they have no sort of robes sort of things? I'm going to bring you forward. That can also be now. Penguins wearing top hats is almost as good as Danger Noodles wearing top hats. So can also. Okay, hang on. I'll show you the other thing I showed. There you go. There's the other thing I showed. That's it. That's all you get. What are the other two doing? No, don't die. No. I refuse culpability and demand no. Too late now. Bugger. We will never get to see the penguin. You and your one feeling, just gonna lay here in the dirt. Oh. Well, hopefully, when you eventually get to see whatever it is, the flavor text doesn't cause more damage. I think I've drawn these two, and now I need to kind of get rid of parts of them to draw the other ones. So there's sort of one here eating a sandwich. How am I going to put you? I should probably put one here. Oh, hang on. Because you made them very happy by giving them a leaf. And they like their leaves, don't they? So I'm going to have them with a branch off the tree. I'm just sort of intently looking at it. Ooh. They all had the same ears, didn't they? They just had slightly different hair. Yeah, hope you didn't like that boot, because it's gone now. Use a smaller brush if the detail's not coming out. Bless them indeed. I like the scouts. They're nice. They're only mildly creepy when you remember that they can blow with a gale force wind. So yes, other than good times with having good commissions, how's your week been treating you so far, miss? Yeah, I'll work that out better later. And then there's one back here eating and sandwich. Week's been okay. No overtime at work this week, and we had pretty good thunderstorm today. Yeah, cooling weathers. Small silver linings, yes. And the silver linings in the storm cloud. Hope my week gets better. So do I. I think I said on Sunday, I was like, I hope this week is more productive than last week. Turns out, not really so far. But I am making things. I'm in the process of making things that I know people will like. So that's something. Keeps you going, doesn't it? Again, I'll do this better, I guess, at some point. No more headaches and lethargy because of headaches. He's hoping. I don't often get headaches. But when I do... The MasterCard. What? Right, scouts. As long as we can make folks happy. Yes. Oh, I never did work out where to put the sommelier, did I? I hope your week gets better. Even though it wasn't... Don't remember writing people. People get in everywhere, don't they? Just got back from doing laundry. No worries. Moxie, I don't feel like you need to right here. You're doing commissions. You're doing work. Yeah. There's no need to divert your attention from the more important things. Oh yeah, I was gonna put the little. Sorry, I just vividly remembered the inflection with which Caldwell was shaming Julia for not knowing what an egg looked like. I like talking to her. Thank you very much. I like talking to you. Alas, today is not high conversation. Oh, I'm not important in that respect. Let's do this to cheer me up. No. Actually, better if the hat is small. There we go. So that's that, and then there's the puddle. What was... It was just a happy puddle. It was a good time. I guess it's unsurprising to know that those videos were my first introduction to the Dwarfy folk. Let's put them together. They're friends. And fish. You can watch Nathan draw Undertale characters first, then Pokemon from memory, and didn't realise they were from the same people till later. That's how YouTube works. Pokemon episodes have made you laugh until you couldn't breathe several times. They are good. I haven't watched them for ages. Might go back. I probably know them off by heart at this point. You started with the Bad JRPG series. Quickly fell down the Dwarfy rabbit hole. I think the Bad JRPG series was what kept me watching. So like, the Pokemon ones were good and they made me laugh a lot. I was like, okay, got that. Let's find more and see whether or not I'm really got on with these people, and the JRPG ones were what kept me. Honestly, couldn't tell you what the first Dwarfy video you watched. That's fine. No need to remember these things, but it's just vivid for me. Particularly if you've seen hundreds, and you've seen some of them lots of times, or what have you. What if but long? No, too long. Too long. Okay, yes, so we have got them. The little Orcbabs. It's gonna be a little empty over here. I guess we'll snakes. Okay, so let's do the snakes. Hang on. Oh wow, I put them much lower. Why did I put them so low? Oh, because the jester's there, so I guess... Trying to figure out how to arrange things. So I feel like... It'd be creepy to have the sommelier just sort of looming. Let's get reference. He's not that big. Looking a lot like Ron Mail here. I need to play Kingdom again. I got relatively far and then just sort of stopped. Or I think I got relatively far. Difficult to know when you just stop. It's like I heard somebody the other day say, oh, I tried to play Bloodborne, but I sort of stopped because it was all samey. I said, how far did you get? Oh, I got up to that. The vicar in the church. I was like, okay. So you stopped just before you get to places that didn't look the same. Stop just before leaving the first area. Music is lovely. It's from Kingdom, which is a very interesting game. It's the only one-dimensional game I know of. Almost all games are 2D or 3D. This is 1D. In terms of movement. 2D in terms of... well, it's kind of 3D. But it's very interesting. Because you don't do anything. You make other people do things. You're a king, you can't sully your hand doing things. You have to have people. Make them do things. Your only action, I believe, is to throw gold. But it's sort of less... you know, on the face of it, that sort of sounds like, oh, King in his castle looking down upon the peasants and all that sort of stuff. And kind of, yeah, that is that. But it's a survival game. It's... we do not have a castle. We are alone on a horse. You don't look right at all. Why do you not look right? Because in this country, when crossing the road, you look left. And then look right. This game is 1D in terms of movement, but 2D, well, kind of 3D. Yep. I'll do it for a one-off stream. Why not? You won't see much of the game, and the game is kind of creepy, but good. Again, it's got this wonderfully sort of placid atmosphere, and then everything goes wrong. As these things do. And the better you do, the harder everything gets. Which means if you can't manage how hard things are getting, you're going to be doing badly very, very soon. And then everything gets easy again, because you did badly. Why don't you look right? Probably because I didn't really give much consideration to how your face works in 3 dimensions. That's not helping, because that's in the wrong place. I'll come back and fix your face. There's a threat. His nose is so high up. Yeah, I kind of drew him like that. Also, I have a habit of making noses very high up. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I draw noses, I always draw them very high. And that is another thing I need to fix with my... We'll put it on the list. We'll put it on the long, long, long list of things that I need to fix. With anatomy, Facial structure. That's what I guess it comes under facial structure. Color theory, drawing people of different creeds, different types of hair, different skin tones. I have much work to do. Let's bring this down slightly. Should probably learn how a bottle of wine looks, but here we are. We all need to figure out how to art. Yes, but some of us are trying to make it a living. And are not doing anything to help the matters. Again, spindly fingers. I need to grow. I need to learn. It's not fine. I've been putting it off for far too long. It's not thought out very well, was it? But if you do it, then you have to. No, you don't. You have your own objectives and styles, and also you're ahead of me on these things anyway. So I know what I'm behind on. I just need to actually do it. I need to actually learn, put in the practice. And you draw far more than me, so you're sort of naturally practicing anyway. I don't really draw for fun, apart from these guys. Genuine question, why have you been putting it off for so long, as you say you have? Again, it sort of ties into the fact that I keep filling up my time with other things by going, okay, let's do the comics, and we've got outlines to do, and then there's the stickers and the doodles for Patreon, and advertising the stickers with little outlines, comics, and yeah, just constantly filling up my time with things that probably I shouldn't be filling up my work time with, and instead be doing elsewhere. And then I don't feel like doing any more drawing because drawing is not a passion of mine. It's just the thing I do. It's a thing I find very interesting, and I find the craft interesting, but it's not something that I can run on enthusiasm indefinitely. So, can't you just incorporate learning bits into things you already do? Unfortunately, not really. Kind of. I did do that for a bit with Patreon stuff. There were a couple of Patreon bits where I was like, I'll use this as an opportunity to try and learn this. But it's too infrequent. You know what I mean? It's very circumstantial and infrequent. Can't really do it with October, because October is very cartoony and bendy, and what I'm trying to practice is pseudo-realism. I do it with outliers, but I haven't had time for that either. So theoretically, yes, and that is a good idea. October actually was supposed to be part of that. It was supposed to be me learning how to make things sort of more expressive and colourful. And it kind of succeeded if you look at the Blob, for example. Also Purdy from today's Patreon comic. What is wrong with your face? It's bugging me now. What if I bring everything up? That's a bit better. But yeah, I've ill-spent focus. That's the best way of explaining what's happened. Is in October then a good way to practice colour theory? Not the sort of colour theory I want to practice. It's a good way of trying to get more vibrant colours, and I've definitely stepped out of the comfort zone with that. I am growing and I am learning. I'm just not doing it in the directions that are at the moment helpful for the objective that I'm trying to achieve. This is the problem with art: is there are too many avenues you could go down, and maybe you didn't pick the right one when you decided to spend time working on a thing. Try flipping him to see what's wrong. I should do, but he is getting closer. I shouldn't really be spending this much time on him, to be honest. I'm trying to block out the characters. Why am I getting into details? I think it just needs, the cheekbone just needs to be way out there. No, it doesn't. Or if it does, it needs to come in a lot first. That's a bit better. I'm basing this off one doodle. I did one doodle, and now that's what this character looks like. That's close enough. Kind of like life. Always the worry that you aren't practicing the right thing. Yeah. What do you want to learn with colour theory then? The way like lighting and shade works, and how light bounces off different types of materials like metals and skin and leather and all these sorts of things to make it look like that. Every time I've done this sort of painterly thing, fabric always looks terrible. So that's one thing to do. But mostly the thing I want is colour theory is less of a thing. It's more anatomy, life drawing, poses, dynamic looking sort of images of people rather than, you know, the flat on image. 2 legs astride, feet pointing in the opposite direction, hands up, palms up, shrugging as I draw everything. That's the bigger one. That's the one I want to focus on, because commissions is going to be focused around that sort of thing. So color theory, not quite so bad. I can start incorporating more interesting color ideas later once everything's up and running, but you can't really do it without the structure there already, if that makes sense. I know that's not just one thing, but like, I can eliminate things that aren't in it, if that makes sense. I can pare down and stop focusing on the things that aren't appropriate to that, and then I can start focusing on that collection of bits and bobs. I may not know exactly what it is, but I know what's not in it. And that's where I need to work on. There's almost a sentence in that. If you can work out what it is, write in your answers on a postcard. You can just very thin, spindly legs. Thinly. That's a word, isn't it? It is now. That rope is now looking like it's coming out of the bottle. Bring that down. Yes, I have many things I wish to work on, and I need to work on them, so that's my problem. There's a snake here, but I've run out of time. So yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. We'll get there. Get rid of this nonsense. Oh wow, did that finish already? Wow, that was a quick soundtrack. Let's get some music up to end. Wow, I have so many photos up. It's coming along nice. It's getting there. Will people be interested in me still doing this for a couple of Tuesdays, or I'm gonna do other bits and bobs? It's up to thee. I don't mind. What to end on? something other than me yawning, probably. Let's do some Hollow Knight, why not? Dirtmouth. Nice and chill doodle streams. I've been doing those on the Sundays as well. Been getting into the unformatted doodles. I'm glad people are enjoying it, at the very least. And it's nice to have the chat as well, even if this one did get a bit self-analytical. Yeah. Look forward to things in the future, including pangolin valets and Pero and Mira. Rope friends. Thank you for the sticker. Yes, again, Patreon stickers are behind schedule at the moment because I'm bad. But they are being worked on, and they'll hopefully be done by the end of the week to be put up on for vote on Patreon, which means that they're probably going to be a couple of weeks late. Oh dear. Yes, I'm trying to make little. Now the bloody hot chocolate. Sometimes you got awkward silence. Sometimes you got self-analysis, analyzation. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm delirious. Because I'm human, not because I'm bad. Are those two things not the same? Analysis is. I remember when I was in university, and I was trying to think of what's the word for something that is symmetrical. Like what property does something that is symmetrical have? Does it have symmetricity? Does it have symmetricalness? What's the word? And it just took me ages to work out that the word I'm looking for is symmetry. But anyway. Yeah, so English is weird. Makes no sense. Thank you for coming along. Coming through pulled up socks to me. Okay. Unusual threat. Sometimes it deserves to be thrown in the trash. Always! It's a mess. I know I'm not a machine. I know that, but I also make poor decisions. And I know I make poor decisions, and yet I do them again. That's the thing I've got to stop. I've got to stop just doing the same thing over and over again, knowing it's wrong. Anywho. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for all your lovely words of encouragement, even if I do have a tendency to bat them away. I do appreciate them. If it helps you, once spends 5 minutes trying to remember how to spell of. That's a fair one, because it's not spelled how it's not pronounced how it's spelt. Actually, my mum had that as well. She used to not be able to spell of. There was a couple as well. I can't remember of. I'll have to ask her. Yeah, you take care. Everybody take care. Have a wonderful time, everyone. How is of not? Well, it's OF, so it would be off. Would be how it's spelled. If it was spelled how it's pronounced, it would be OV. It's of. Of. Not off. There might be one of those in general conversation imperceptible but in general structure. Exactly, yeah. I think that might be a cultural thing. Of the F being pronounced slightly differently in different places, but it's close enough that we don't actually hear the difference, but once you actually start analysing it, it's there. Yeah. I don't know. English is weird. Anyway. Have a wonderful time, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow for Prey. Hopefully. My head hasn't exploded. V vibrates much more. V. Of. I don't know, I can't think of a circumstance under which I would pronounce a V any differently. Anywho, enough of that. Have a good week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.